For the first time in Department of Law's history, we have not been able to accommodate even a single of our faculties to join the session on Zoom virtually, because we were jam-packed with participant students who had registered for inaugural. So all our in-house students and faculties are watching the stream live on our YouTube channel. So over to Navrati to proceed ahead with the inaugural function.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to proceed with the inaugural session of the workshop. Good morning, honorable guests, resource person for the event, respected faculties, and dear participants. I extend you all a very warm welcome to the inaugural ceremony of the workshop on memorial writing conducted by Department of Law, Prestige Institute of Management and Research. Memorial writing is an art of making your case, the art of persuading judges. It gives budding lawyers a competitive edge, not only in the moot court competition, but also preparing them for the real courtroom situations, building their confidence and attaining practical knowledge. As for the education sector, the times are tough during the present crisis. But as they say, learning never stops. We have moved from conventional classrooms to virtual classrooms. This has empowered us with easy access to source of knowledge without distance being a barrier. And as for today's workshop, we're able to connect to more than 100 students participating from across 40 institutes of India. With the limitation of the cap, unfortunately, many could not join us. So this session is also being streamed live almost to 800 students and faculties on YouTube. I would like to thank you all for being a part of this inaugural ceremony. Now I would move to inviting a guest for the respective addresses. Among us, we have with us President, Prestige Group of Industry and Vice Chairman, Prestige Education Society, Dr. Devesh Jain, as the honorable guest for the event. I welcome you, sir. Dr. Devesh Jain is the eldest son of the founder chairman, Padma Shri Dr. N.N. Jain. He's 4-decade-old, seasoned industrialist who's known to be one of India's foremost international agribusiness specialists. Under his able stewardship, the soy processing industry has many times scaled new heights and touched shore in bad times. These qualities earned him the title of a man with vision and mission. The same as acknowledged by the government, industry which makes him 4-term chairman of the Soy Processor Association of India and consultative member of the Food Corporation of India for the state of Madhya Pradesh. I think a whole day would fall short to just briefly describe his profile. Instead, I would request Honorable Shri Dr. Devesh Jain sir to address the young audience. Sir, over to you.
Namaskar. A very good morning to all of you. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome Dr. Manoj Kumar Sinha, Director, Indian Law Institute, New Delhi, and Ms. Molshri Srivastav, Senior Associate, Cyril Amarchand Mangaldas, at the National Memorial Writing Workshop being organized by Department of Law at the Prestige Institute of Management and Research in Indore. I am especially proud of the faculties and in charge and the students of Department of Law who, despite the current critical COVID-19 times, put in their hard work to organize this important workshop, convincing both Dr. Sinha and Ms. Srivastav to adjudicate this workshop, and I do hope law students can learn a lot from them, their huge experience. I feel law schools these days are facing increasing pressure to improve upon the instruction in practice-oriented skills. One of the most important of these skills is memorial writing. The importance of writing can just not be overstated in the profession of law. in any career in the field of law, writing is half the profession, if not more. Let me share what I have learned in 40 years of doing business with national and international companies to more than 40 countries across the world. I used to always have a brief meeting with the client regarding the gray areas on the terms of contract or any other legal matter. Post these negotiations meeting, only a proper draft would be prepared. The draft, which would follow a legal framework and include all precedences and other citations to make the case completely covered for any legal eventuality. Such a document, when presented before a jury, would find favor in the decisions. Though I'm not an expert of law, whatever the little understanding I have about the court's proceedings and the memorial writing, I think while writing a memorial, you should remember one thing, that memorials are exchanged in the most of the moves. However brilliant your arguments may be, your opponents are going to know them. So the underlying fact is that you should master the art of writing in such a way that it is lucid enough to make a case and ambiguous enough to not give away everything. This is one of the things every lawyer has to master, as even when you quit the world of mooting and step into real world, this is going to be very highly useful for you. I dare not to dive deeper into the intricacies of memorial writing in front of two stalwarts of the profession. So I leave it to them to give you all the greater insights about the memorial writing. And I am particularly delighted to observe the widespread participation in this workshop from across the country, not wanting to stand between you and these learned speakers. I would sign off with a final wish. May this workshop be an extremely useful one for all the participants and provide a methodology for our faculty also to learn from. With all my best wishes, Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your welcome address, sharing your experiences and word of wisdom. Your constant support is leading the Institute to conduct various activities and giving exposure not only to our students, but students across India. Now, it gives me an immense pleasure and joy to introduce our chief guest of the ceremony, a renowned professor in law, a name in the field of legal research, Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar Sinha, Director of the Indian Law Institute, New Delhi. Professor Dr. Sinha is a doctorate in international law. He has also served as the Director of Indian Society of International Law and have been appointed as Secretary of All India Law Teachers Congress numerous times. Sir is the only Indian associated with Michigan Refugee Law Group and is also associated with International Association of Refugee Law Judges for more than a decade. He's serving as the member of editorial boards of various reputed national and international journals. To his credit, there are a number of books and publications in the fields of legal research, intellectual property rights, human rights, constitutional law, environmental law, international criminal law, and good governance. With extreme pleasure, I would now request you, sir, to please address the gathering.
Very good morning to everyone. Respected Dr. Davish Jain, Dr. Anil Bajpayee, Dr. Nishant Joshi, Molti, and Navrati Dongre, and of course Kamlesh Jain, for asking me to come here and share my thought on this particular topic on memorial writings. Let me begin with congratulating Prestige Institute of Management and Law for taking initiative in a very difficult time we all are passing through at this particular time. and every challenges also offer lot of opportunities. Before March, we never thought we'll always keep on coming, appearing on the Zoom, Microsoft Web, like a lot of like Google Meet and others. And this seminar will be completely, or moot court will completely replaced from the offline to online mode. So that is the big achievement we have seen in this particular crisis. And I heard that, like, and I have keep on seeing, and you are like, you all must be observing that very eminent scholars, judges, lawyers, they all are taking keen interest to participate in the activities organized by any university and institutes online. And many have spoken and suggested, because it's very easy, so that it doesn't disturb their time schedule. They sit in their home or office or anywhere on 10-20 minutes. So this has a good experience for all of us, and I hope that this will continue. Let me begin with the subject on the moot court. And moot court, as I never had an opportunity to participate in the moot court, but however, I have an opportunity to initiate a moot court competition and also judge various moot court competition. And I see that one of the activities in all law schools, I mean all law school that includes private university, national law schools, and other central universities or state universities, very popular. The moot court is popular among the students. The students take very keen interest in participating in the moot court, and they fight within the campuses to represent their college or university in various moot court competitions. So the struggle begins intra moot court, and then they go outside of the campus and participate in the moot court competition. Most of the moot court competition, when we talk about the international in general, it's largely on the problem based on the international law, international criminal law, these days international criminal law, and some are specific, of course, on environment law, constitution law, criminal law also is there. The moot court is if I start with my own experience, when we started when I was in the Indian Society of International Law, when I was in the Indian Society of International Law, the International Committee of the Red Cross Delhi office, they floated an idea that why not we should start a moot court competition on international humanitarian law. And that gave me an opportunity to see that how to conduct the moot court competition and how to involve the teams also. So subject was very new that particular time in 2000 and 2001. However, it has picked up. One point which was very clear, which I feel that law schools should follow, what ICRC has made in the participation of the moot court, that memorial generally in the all moot courts, it's a 50% or around 40 to 50% marks are allocated on the memorial. So memorial become very important in scoring good marks in the moot court competition. And that also helps the judges to evaluate your research skill, your advancing of argument, and other aspects also how you have understood the problem. And in the moot court memorial, you have to write for the both parties. You have to write for the appellant and respondents, and also for the so that you are writing for both. So memorial has become very important and it helps. But ICRC, what they have done, they said at least 15% marks must be given to each team. So not to start with the 0, so give 15 marks, so that will some kind of create a level playing field, so everybody can get, and that will motivate the teams also to participate in the moot court competition. It helps the students, come to the memorial, memorial writing skill. What I feel, it helps a student to understand a problem in much deeper way. He understands the problem, and some of the students, and it also enhances your analyzing capacity. You understand the problem. So once you start writing a memorial, one has to be very careful. First, to understand the problems. So you read the facts of the case, problem, not in one time and you start writing. You look for the, like, you try to understand first what are the issues involved, what are the facts of the case, and each page. So before you start writing memorial, because the more well-written memorial will help you to understand the entire problem, and when you are appearing before the court, then you will be able to answer any question posed to you by the judges. Most of the judges, they read the problem and also your memorial, so they have a question from what you have written, rightly or wrongly. They start questioning you or cornering you. So first, like, as a student, as a team of the representing moot court, you must make, all of you should make familiar yourself with the problem, go deeper in the problem, understand the problem properly, facts of the case properly, and then you start writing a memorial. Memorial, when you write a memorial, your argument should logically build up. It should be coherence, and easily judges sitting to, like, judges can understand what the arguments you want to build up, your argument. So there should be, like, coherence in your argument. There should be linkage in your argument. And so that memorial is there. That particular point is very important in the writing of the memorial. It has to be well researched. In most of the cases, what is happening these days in the research, which we feel, when you complete a memorial, it has also you have to cite the authorities. You have to give, so whatever the argument you are advancing or supporting in memorial, it has to be cited with appropriate authorities, appropriate sources. And in sources, many times it has been noticed, when you write a memorial, you have, many times it has been noticed that the students have not read the sources, what they have cited. They just mention from the secondary sources. So you go to an article, you use that article for writing memorial, or some portions you have written from that article, and due to paucity of time or maybe many other factors, you use the other citation of that article, and like, you ignore to read the other article. So whatever citation, whatever the references you give in your memorial, that has to be read by you. A memory researcher or a team has to read all the articles, all the references, whatever he or she had cited. In memorial these days, so for example, like, many times a student refers in the memorial without knowing the nature or nature of particular treaties, without knowing the nature of General Assembly resolution, without knowing. So they keep on saying, even making a statement. So they said, in such a situation, a Secretary General of the United Nations had said this is the. So that statement, whether it carries a legal value, whether it's a legal, like, strength, that important point is there. So whatever you cite, whatever you refer, so many times the people, like, will come there and they say ki General Assembly resolution size it. So, like, the judges general ask whether General Assembly resolutions are legal binding instruments or is a non-legal binding instrument. So clarity is required. So a student has, like, not merely referring General Assembly resolution to score a brownie point over the other students, they have to also understand the impact or nature of the General Assembly resolution, Security Council resolutions, or even parliamentary debate. So all these points they have to be clear about. So, like, so you give, when you start arguing, you give points to the judges and they start cornering you. Many times you refer citation and you have not read. So that creates a very bad, like, example for a team. So I suggest you, like, you understand. So if you write something, Universal Declaration of Human Rights, if somebody is saying the right to health is a very important right and is human rights mentioned under the Article 25 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and based on you come to the some kind of prayers on that particular. If I ask you, or if judges ask you, what is the whether Universal Declaration of Human Rights is legal binding instrument, is a legal binding instrument, then you have to answer yes or no. And then you say yes, then yes, how it has become. So, like, further question will be whether declaration is legal binding. Any declaration is a legal binding instruments or non-legal binding instrument. So you can be trapped. So you can be trapped, and maybe your confidence will start shattering and you start looking somewhere sources at the time of presentation before the court. So it's better to understand each nuances, each important aspects of your memorial. And then when you argue, you advance, because your argument is based on the what you have given to the judges, what you have given to your opposite team also memorial. So memorial becomes a very important document in the court proceedings for all stakeholders, even the judges, the appellant and respondent. So it has to be there. It has to be well researched. I mean, it's not half-heartedly you have written. So many memorials, those who are just want to participate. So large number of students, I'll say, there are class, there's a difference. A lot of schools, they participate in the moot court competition with a deep interest to win the competition. So many students, they put their best effort to ensure. And many teams, they just simply want to participate and say, okay, we are participants. So those who have a secondary interest in the participation, what they do, they simply reproduce what is the facts of the case, and here and there, they put 1 or 2 footnotes. So that memorial is like, what I said, we give 15 marks or 20 marks. So you you yourself has spoiled your chance. So memorial is a very strong ground for a team to win a competition, win a moot court competition. And that is the reason it should not be ignored. It has to be well researched, well cited, and detailed research. So many times when you participate in the moot court competition, you can immediately publish an article also. And I'll just end with this. And I give an example, like Malosri is here. And I remember a long time back from National Law School, that is the in year 93, 94, I think they own the Philip Jessup moot court competition, which Menka Goswami and 2 others fellow were there. I met them those days in the Indian Society of International Law Library. So they participated in the Philip Jessup moot court competition. That team owned also the Philip Jessup moot court competition, but their memorial was not very big. Once they owned the team on the competition, they returned back, and I met one of them and I requested. So if you look into the Indian Journal of why I'm referring this, Indian Journal of International Law of 1994 or 95, if I remember correctly. So what I suggested, why don't you give your memorial to the publication? And that memorial was published in the little bit modification they have done, because when I have gone through that memorial, that I found this very well researched work, which tempts other person also, how a student can write at a very young age, thinking about all the points properly cited, properly referenced, and it qualifies for the publication in the journal, and immediately it was published. So you all can see also in the Indian Journal of International Law in 94, 95, that memorial was published. They have modified a little bit. So that is the importance of memorial. So it has to be taken seriously by all of you. And it is beginning of your towards winning the competition. It's almost like 50%. So marks is also very good. And then also it helps you to understand if the amount of, it depends upon how much time you have devoted in preparing the memorial. If you have given extensive time in preparing your memorial, you have understood all the aspects, I'm sure the team will do better in any moot court competition. It has to be taken seriously by all the students. And I'm sure that other experts will speak. And in the afternoon, you have also some students, those who are participated and participating in the moot court competition, they will also give you an highlight about the importance of the how to write memorials. With this, I thank Dr. Davis Jain and his team from Prestige University Institute for taking a wonderful initiative and inviting me and other colleagues here to share their point of view. And I wish all the best to all the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We are extremely grateful for your gracious presence and immensely encouraged by your expert advice on memorial writing and the importance of research in the memorial writing. Thank you so much, sir. I would now like to introduce you all to the resource person for the workshop, the speaker of the ceremony, Ms. Molshri Srivastava. Ms. Molshri Srivastava is a senior associate at Cyril Amarchand Mangaldas, Bangalore, specializing in technology and media laws. She advises on innovative and disruptive technologies, data protection, and new media. Ms. Srivastava is a graduate from prestigious National Law School of India, University, Bangalore. In addition to her distinguished work, she also trains law students on contemporary legal issues. She has an excellent record of being an exceptional mooter during her graduation. She also had the privilege of representing NNLS Bangalore in various national and international moot court competition like Jessup, Vienna, BCI, Stetson, DM Harish, and many trophies in a name. Adding to her exceptional record, she was also an exchange student at Georgetown University, Washington, D.C., USA. And not to forget, she's also an awardee of the Economic Times Young Leader Award in 2018. It's such an immense pleasure of mine to welcome Ms. Moshi Srivastava to address the gathering. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Navrati. Thank you for that introduction. I'd like to begin by thanking Dr. Devesh and everybody at the Prestige team for organizing this workshop. And I would like to welcome especially all the students that you've decided to come and attend something on memorial writing. I know we are all going through a lot of uncertain and tough times, but I think this lockdown is also a great time to take advantage of learning new skill sets. It's giving us a lot of time to look at and introspect and see what are the skills that we can enhance while the world gets back on its feet. And so I welcome all of you, and I hope you're going to enjoy today's session and that you're really excited for it. Dr. Manoj has already given you the importance of memorials in a moot, and I would like to share a little something about my experience with mooting and why mooting in memorial is so important, and why you should do this activity without fail when you are in any law school or law college. So like Navrati said, I'm from National Law School, Bangalore, and I mooted every year when I was in law school. From going to Philip C. Jessup, which is also known as the World Cup of Mooting, to attending William C. Wiz moot in Vienna, which is the largest moot in the nation. I have thoroughly enjoyed my mooting experience. The main reason behind it is that mooting essentially is a very intellectually challenging activity. It allows you to engage with the law on a much deeper level, which is beyond any classroom teaching. It allows you to have and enhance your skills of researching, analyzing, drafting, and ultimately oral advocacies. And as any good lawyer knows and a law student knows, that these are the foundational skills to become a great lawyer. Now, where does the memo come over here? The memo is a culmination after weeks, sometimes months of research and analyzing that you have done. It helps you crystallize your thoughts, and it helps you engage with the law in a manner that you're sure of the first principles, you're sure of the precedents, you're sure of the authorities, and it helps you build your argument in a manner that when you are standing before a panel of esteemed judges, you are able to argue your case convincingly. So, and the thrill of arguing before an esteemed judge or panel is something that is exceptional. It's exhilarating. But the only time you can stand there as a confident person and convince people is when you have a strong, well-researched memo. That becomes the foundation of an excellent oral round. And winning a moot is both writing a good memo and having an excellent oral round. But you know what? It is not only hard work, it's a lot of fun. When you participate in various national moots and ultimately get to represent India at the international level, it's a matter of great pride. So, for example, when you go to Jessup or Vienna and are asked to hold your country flag while you participate, the feeling is completely different. Secondly, you get a lot of international exposure and exposure to various different pedagogies across universities. Your memo is a representation of the Indian pedagogy. So when you exchange your memo with international teams, they get to know the kind of law teaching that happens in India. And vice versa, you learn about how law is taught at universities across the world. So the exposure is immense, and it's also where you get to demonstrate your skill and see that despite every country having different resources, different kinds of infrastructure, different kinds of teachers. Everybody can compete at the same level. And sometimes defeating people from prestigious institutes of other countries really gives you the thrill. Of course, you come back with a lot of international friends and stories of a lifetime when you go to these national and international modes. I'd like to narrate a small anecdote from my personal mooting experience. Uh, when I participated in the Stetson Environmental Law Moot, which I won in the national rounds in India, and then we went to represent India and Florida. It had a particular issue on the power of states in a federal nation. Luckily, when I was an exchange student at Georgetown University, the same issue was being heard by the Supreme Court of the United States, and I got to attend the hearings live at the SCOTUS. When I heard that the arguments that I had used in my moot memorial being argued by a very senior and prestigious lawyer in front of the Supreme Court of the United States, it was an immensely gratifying experience. And this always, even till date, encourages me to work harder, to engage deeper with the law and enjoy every bit of it. And all this because I really, really enjoyed mooting and the whole process of it. So today, a lot of points, especially that Dr. Manoj said in his speech, we are going to be looking at how to cite authorities, how to structure a memo, what are the different components. This is all that we will be covering in our workshop. And I'm really excited that you all have decided to take up this activity, which is going to ensure that you come out as a whole-rounded lawyer. So I wish you all the very best.
Thank you, Ms. Moultrie, for sharing us with your experiences with us, for sharing the importance of memo writing. I'm sure the participants have by now got a boost up after listening to your speech. I welcome you to this session and to the workshop. I would now like to call upon Professor Dr. Nishant Joshi, the in-charge Department of Law, Prestige Institute of Management and Research, to give a vote of thanks. Sir, please.
Good morning to all the participants, esteemed panelists, Dr. Manoj Kumar Sinha, Ms. Moulashri, our Honorable Vice Chairman, Dr. Devish Jain, Dr. Anil Bajpai, CEO of the upcoming Prestige University project. I also extend my thanks to all the 40 institutions, their directors, the student bodies, to ensure that this workshop has a thumping response from them. We actually had to stop the registrations 2 days in advance because we could not accommodate a lot of students. And it gives me extreme pleasure to actually tell you that we have got registrations from all 4 corners of the country. We have complete representation of the country in this workshop, which actually tells us that how students are actually interested in not only participating in a moot court competition, winning it. And this same sentence was actually replicated in the speeches given by Ms. Moulashri and Dr. Manoj. I'm so very thankful to all of you to come and give the students both enlightenment and encouragement. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much to all of you.
To grace the ceremony, we have with us Dr. Anil Bajpai, Chief Operating Officer, Prestige University Project, for extending his blessings to the participant and to extend the vote of thanks on behalf of upcoming Prestige University. Anil sir, please.
Thank you. It is indeed a very, very nostalgic moment for me when Dr. Manoj was detailing out the process of writing. Why nostalgic? Let me first welcome everybody again, and then I'll come back to the subject. So, a warm welcome to this webinar of sorts, which is the inauguration ceremony of the memorial writing workshop. Dr. Manoj Sinha, Miss Molshri Srivastav, Dr. Devesh Jain, Dr. Nishant Joshi, and all the participants of this workshop. Now, let me come back to tell you why this was so nostalgic. Exactly 39 years ago, I was attending a class in the Indian Institute of Management at Ahmedabad, which used to be called Written Analysis and Communication, WAC. And in WAC, we were taught the strict method of how to create a written presentation. And that meant first go ahead, identify the symptoms. Then you start looking at the problem. You identify the problem. And then you say, what are my data needs? Once you identify your data needs, you come to the next stage of identifying solutions, possible solutions, the alternatives. And after the alternatives, you come to a final conclusive proposal. And when Dr. Manoj was describing that bit by bit, the process by which you go around to write a memorial, it was amazing. It was amazingly coincidental. It was so brilliantly put. I don't think there could be a better person and a better description of the process of writing memorials than what the participants have heard from Dr. Manoj Sinha today in the morning. Molshri, you have dwarfed us all with that experience sharing of yours, where you won a moot court competition in India, went on to Florida, worked at Georgetown, amazing, and you're back with one of the best law firms of the country. I hope you do well. You're a young person. I hope you do well and take India to glorious heights. And with that, let's have the memorial writing workshop on the road, and let all the participants enjoy as they would. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for gracing the event and motivating the participants with your word of encouragement. Patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. Once again, I'm thankful to everyone for becoming a part of the ceremony and honoring us with your presence. With the end of this inaugural ceremony, we are moving forward to the main event, workshop on memorial writing. We look forward for the participant to achieve maximum benefit from the workshop. I request all the participants to join us back at 11 a.m. by accessing the registration links that has been provided to you. Once again, I'm thankful to all the honorable guests and the speaker of this event, respected faculties and dear participants. Stay safe. Thank you all.